Hey everyone, Michael Cohen here with the Michael Cohen Show. So we are rocketing to our 250,000 subscribers. So if you like what you hear and you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe. All right, I want to talk about Vice President Kamala Harris's pick of Tim Walz as the vice presidential nominee. And here's a clip of Tim Walz calling J.D. Vance weird.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are. So it isn't much else. Don't give them the power. Look, are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not dealing with climate change? Yes. They're going to do all that. But don't lift these guys up like they're sometimes the heroes. Everybody in this room knows, I know it as a teacher, a bully has no self-confidence. A bully has no strength. They have nothing. The fascists depend on fear. The fascists depend on us going back. But we're not afraid of weird people. We're a little bit creeped out, but we're not afraid. But look, and then as you heard this, and one day ago, a poll came out and showed Kamala Harris up 10 points and Donald Trump getting his ass handed to him here in Minnesota. So, sorry. But he's here today in the state of hockey to complete his trifecta. He lost in 16, he lost in 20, he loses in 24.
Look, let me be clear about something, and something I talk to Rick Wilson of the Lincoln Project on my upcoming Mea Culpa podcast. In the 2024 presidential race, the vice presidential pick plays a crucial role in shaping the narrative and the appeal of each ticket. Look at this man. Just look at the way he relates to the audience. Look at the way he's going to relate to the Midwestern states, especially the swing states. And then, of course, compare that to Trump's selection of J.D. Vance. I mean, the contrast could not be, their ideology could not be any more different than day and night. You see, Walz enhances Kamala's campaign. He brings experience and he brings a centrist appeal, whereas Shady Vance, his past statements and his political inexperience, all it does is it hurts the Trump candidacy. Now, that's not what you're going to hear from news outlets like Fox News. So I want to play for you for one quick second Fox's compilation and then hear my final reaction.
Well, facts still matter, so let's look back at his record. Walz's first executive order as governor was to create a diversity, equity, and inclusion council. He also supported open borders.
You know, he talks about this wall. I always say, let me know how high it is. If it's 25 feet, then I'll invest in the 30-foot ladder factory.
And he pushed socialism.
Don't ever shy away from our progressive values. One person's socialism is another person's neighborliness. Just do the damn work.
Ooh. Oh, wait, and there's more. He signed an executive order protecting gender-affirming care or surgeries for minors in his state. And in 2020, he was the governor of Minnesota during the George Floyd riots that burned part of Minneapolis to the ground. It was so bad that Walz himself called out his own response.
I got a call from a friend and a dedicated public servant. Senator Torres Ray called in her district, and it was on fire. And there weren't any police there. There weren't any firefighters. There was no social control, and her constituents were locked in their house wondering what they were going to do. That is an abject failure that cannot happen. If the issue is that the state should have moved faster, yeah, that is on me.
First of all, the worst thing that you can do is to play 5 seconds of someone's clip without understanding what's the context that they're trying to show here. Let me be clear about you. All right. Tim Walz, who's the governor of Minnesota. This man has a diverse background that includes, remember this, military service, not like buck private, I should say, bone spur, right? Donald, he was a teacher and 6 terms in Congress. I mean, this guy's career is marked by a moderate, pragmatic approach that appeals to a broad spectrum of voters, including independents and the swing voters in the Midwest. Why do you think that Kamala Harris, who had the choice to go for Bashir, Shapiro, or who else was she looking at? A number of people, Mark Kelly, right? Why is it then that they chose Tim Walz? Well, I can give you an answer. First of all, his experience in governance, especially the way, for example, like he handled COVID-19, the pandemic in his state, the same way that he handled the civil unrest that followed the George Floyd death. It shows that this man is capable. He's capable to manage crisis with a steady hand, plain and simple. I mean, let me tell you how others have characterized Tim Walz. His leadership has been characterized by others as a commitment to public health, to social justice, and most importantly, something you're not going to hear from Kayleigh McEnany, you're not going to hear from Fox News, you're not going to hear from Newsmax, OAN, Trump, or any of his people, bipartisanship. All right? These are the qualities that make Tim Walz a strong complement to Kamala Harris's campaign. What it does to all of these Midwestern, to all of these independent voters, what it does is it balances her progressive credentials with his practical centrist stance. It's amazing to me when you start to see, and it's terrible, when you start to see the lies that are going to be coming out as against Tim Walz. I mean, instead, what they should be doing is concentrating on their own gaffes, concentrate on the remarks that have been made by people like J.D. Vance when he starts talking about, women who don't have children as childless cat ladies, or you have Trump who talks about, God, for God's sakes, how many million different things did Trump talk about? Let's just use COVID-19 for that you should inject bleach into your lungs, really? Or that you should somehow figure out how to get ultraviolet light into your body in order to kill the, to kill the infection. I mean, this is the crazy shit that we're talking about. This is such a stark contrast between the two. I mean, their public stances could not, again, be any more distinct from one another. I mean, how about Vance's past criticisms of Trump? And then, of course, his pathetic, literally pathetic pivot to full-throated support. What is it? It goes to show you he's nothing more than an opportunist who's looking and he's undermining his own credibility with the voters. Their own voters do not believe a single word that comes out of this mouth. And again, I am not talking ever about the MAGA morons. These fools will listen and they will buy anything that is sold to them, including now, which I don't understand, a blue MAGA hat. Well, I thought that the red was supposed to represent the Republican Party, blue, the Democratic Party, no problem. Do whatever the hell you want. All I can tell you is that J.D. Vance or Shady Vance's stupid comments need to be weaponized by the Democrats. They cannot allow the last word to be said by like Fox News, by OAN, by Newsmax, by the Kayleigh McEnany's, by the Brett Beers, or by the Sean Hannity's. They cannot allow, under any circumstances, they cannot allow the last word to be controlled, because for whatever the reason might be, when they turn around and they lie, which they do all the time, they lie, and then the lie gets regurgitated and again and again and again until ultimately the lie becomes the truth. And we will never, ever allow that to happen. And it's why I will finish this segment as I do all the others. Vote Harris Walz 2024. Happy to say it. Vote Harris Walz 2024. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.